New bills have arrived to increase Social Security benefits and fix a lot of problems across the board. So whether you're on SSI, SSDI, and receive any type of Social Security check, you're going to want to watch this. Take a look at this. Gallego Graves introduced bipartisan bill to protect seniors from unfair Social Security clawbacks. As we're hearing, some clawbacks are tens of thousands of dollars, some as high as $92,000. So what is being done to protect it? I'm going to share with you that. Also, we have another bill here. As you can see, in latest sign of momentum, 8 bank executives endorsed Brown's bipartisan push to fix the Supplemental Security Income Program. So if you're on SSI, you're not going to want to miss this. And I'm also going to play you a video clip from Senator Sherrod Brown.
By passing our bipartisan bill to update this outdated program, we also can fix the root cause of the SSI overpayments and clawbacks.
You're not going to want to miss what he says there, as a lot of important topics are discussed, and increasing and fixing Social Security is among one of them. So you're not going to want to miss this. Got a lot of important updates to share with you and give you some other important updates as well. Before I dive into the main content, happy Merry Christmas Eve to you and your family. Hope you are all the best, having safe times and all of that. And also, if you appreciate these Social Security updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Social Security updates. And this video is sponsored by my company, WiseCent. If you or anyone you know is looking to increase your credit score, got my details down in the description below. Book a free phone call with me. All right, let's get into it here. Gallego Graves introduced bipartisan bill to protect seniors from unfair Social Security clawbacks. Before I get into this, if we take a look, some of the headlines here, this is a mistake. Social Security demanding man repay $92,000 in overpayments. How is this possible? After a certain amount of time, you have to question the SSA's, Social Security Administration, how competent they are to overpay someone $92,000. The big question is, I want to get your opinion on this. Let us know down in the comments below. Should that man have to repay back the $92,000? So an Alabama man says he and his wife have started their Social Security retirement benefits earlier than the plan due to an overpayment issue the government is still working on, saying that they qualified for Social Security disability insurance about 10 years ago due to being unable to work for a year after suffering. And of course, there were a few other issues. I'm not going to get into details, but basically, they got overpaid $92,000 and now want that money back. Let's get into the bill right here that addresses those issues. So, Representative Ruben Gallego and Garrett Graves introduced bipartisan legislation to limit Social Security Administration, the SSA, overpayment look-back period to 10 years, protecting Arizona's 1.4 million Social Security recipients from the undue burden of having to pay back life-saving funds that may arise from errors on the part of the SSA, saying this: Arizona seniors should not be on the hook for decades-long failures of the Social Security Administration. That's why I'm introducing this common sense bipartisan legislation to protect our seniors from unfair clawbacks to much-needed Social Security payments. Another thing said here, although it's saying Arizona, it's for the entire country, Social Security is supposed to be a safety net, not a trap. Beneficiaries shouldn't have to shoulder the financial burden of the federal government's errors and inefficiencies. This legislation protects our seniors from unfair, unexpected clawbacks of Social Security payments and hold the bureaucracy accountable for their mistakes. Let me say that again. Hold the bureaucracy accountable for their mistakes. Because if it was the other way around, Social Security would probably take months, if not years, to pay back anyone that they owed money. But because now it's the Social Security's mistake, they need to be held accountable just like any other bureaucracy or organization. So I'm going to keep you updated with that when it comes to clawbacks, as we have another one right here. I'm just waiting to die. Social Security clawbacks drive some into homelessness. It is not the fault of these people. It is the fault of the Social Security Administration. According to letters sent by the Social Security Administration, the agency determined that it had been overpaying nearly $58,000. So that bill is going to help protect seniors who are in trouble and make sure that they don't have to pay for the errors that the SSA has done. Let's take a look at another bill here. In latest sign of momentum, 8 bank executives endorsed Brown's bipartisan push to fix the Supplemental Security Income Program. So you can see here in the latest sign of strong momentum for U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown's bipartisan legislation to fix the Social Security Income Program, the executives of 8 leading banks in the United States endorsed the SSI Savings Penalty Elimination Act. The legislation, which is co-sponsored by Senator Cassidy, Ron Wyden, so this is bipartisan. I'm not going to list all of them, is the first bipartisan bicameral bill to increase SSI's asset limits and ensure disabled and elderly Americans can work and save for emergencies without putting at risk the benefits they rely on to live. So we have JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon on this. So he is the CEO of Chase Bank, saying, "We have employees who don't want us to increase their salary because if it goes over a certain amount, they can't get the SSI benefit, which they're entitled to, or they can't have assets over $2,000. So it definitely should be fixed, and we fully support it, and we'll try to be as helpful as we can." Then we also hear from the Bank of America CEO. So basically, the SSI Savings Penalty Elimination Act would increase the asset limit to $10,000 for an individual, $20,000 for a married couple. The current limits are $2,000 for single, $3,000 for married couples, and it hasn't changed since 1984. So this change is definitely due for SSI. If you're on SSI, is it really tricky? If you're trying to make money from a job, getting income, or try to keep your asset limits really low, let us know down in the comments below how that is for you. Without further ado, take a look at Sherrod Brown, who is the person behind this bill, talk about what needs to be increased and help and fix with Social Security. You're not going to want to miss this. Take a look at what's said here.
Everything we do here should come back to the dignity of work, the idea that hard work should pay off for everyone, no matter who you are, no matter where you live, no matter what kind of work you do. When work has dignity, people have good jobs with a secure retirement. They can count on Medicare. They can count on Social Security to be there for them. It's why we, 2 years ago, saved the pension of 100,000 Ohioans who worked their whole lives to earn a pension and the peace of mind in retirement. It's why we're still fighting for Delphi retirees who lost their pensions through no fault of their own. It's why we will always fight back against attacks on Social Security. Making sure that all Americans have secure retirement shouldn't be a partisan issue. Social Security and Medicare are two of the most popular and unifying institutions in the country. Social Security is our government's promise to working men and women, a promise that they will in fact be able to retire with dignity. Support for Social Security cuts across party lines, geographic lines, racial lines. Americans want not only to protect Social Security and Medicare, they want to make it stronger. Martin O'Malley, whom we confirmed last night, understands this. The commissioner, he'll make sure that Social Security Administration is accessible and responsive. He'll ensure we're keeping this bedrock promise to the American people. We need to do our part, Mr. President, in this body too. It means passing my Social Security Fairness Act to repeal restrictions from 2 old laws that are preventing more than 3 million Americans, about 250,000 people in my state alone, including Ohio law enforcement, from receiving the Social Security benefits they earn. Ohio first responders put their lives on the line to protect our communities. They paid into Social Security just like everyone else. All these Ohio workers are asking for is what they've earned. That is the dignity of a secure retirement. We need to pass my bill to reform the Supplemental Security Income, so-called SSIs, programs, outdated restrictions that punish people for working and saving, prevent 8 million Americans with disabilities from building a better life for themselves. Hasn't changed in 40 years. We should update it. These Americans have even $1, if they have even $1 more than $2,000 in their savings account, or $3,000 for married couples, all their, not very high, frankly, all their SSI benefits are taken away. With these outdated rules, there's no way to save for an emergency or plan for the future, or in essence have agency over your own life. There's broad support for this. It's not partisan. It's not ideological. When I asked the CEOs, the committee I chair, the Banking and Housing Committee, I asked the CEOs of the 8 largest banks if they supported this change. Every single one of them said yes. Every single one endorsed my bill. The big banks and I don't agree on much of anything, but we do agree on this. By passing our bipartisan bill to update this outdated program, we also can fix the root cause of the SSI overpayments and clawbacks that have been hitting too many Ohioans. This has gone on for far too long, hurt too many Ohioans who, again, through no fault of their own, have been forced to deal with the issue of overpayments because of SSA's outdated policies. Ohioans shouldn't be paying for the government's mistakes. Martin O'Malley, our new commissioner, made clear to me in a one-on-one meeting that he's committed to working with us to finally address the root cause of these overpayments. And by increasing the asset limit, we're addressing what SSA calls the leading cause of overpayments, stopping them before they ever go out in the first place. These bills are bipartisan. They provide real fixes to real problems for hardworking Ohioans, people who don't have special interests speaking out on their behalf. They have us. It's what we should be who's speaking out for them. For years, they've watched politicians give corporate tax cuts. They've watched Wall Street bailouts, all in many cases in this body, while plotting to cut their Social Security. In the end, Mr. President, it's about whose side you're on. I'll always fight to protect Social Security and to make sure that Americans get the retirement that they've earned. I yield the floor.
What are your thoughts on what Senator Sherrod Brown had to say there? Let us know down in the comments below. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is a tip of the day. I want to tell you one of my favorite secrets. Adults don't know everything. So I don't too. I know I'm really smart, but I don't really know as much things. You don't know as much things, but we're all gonna learn. I promise. If you keep on working every day, I can, and we all can, and we can all be really smart. And we can all be really smart.
If you want to know the latest in terms of changes to Social Security that will affect your Social Security check, you're not going to want to miss this video right over here. So click that video right now and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.